Wait, what? I was about to do my special. The fuck? Great. Yeah, just have her do that. She really likes that move. I think I missed. I don't have enough. Fuck. Oh no! What's his face died? And she is done for. I win! Yeah, that really wasn't too bad. If I got caught in the blast of her cannon, I would have been owned. Luckily, that was not the case. God. Steel Hellion is just incredibly good. I think Mistral was harder though. Like, by comparison? Between the two? Ah, bollocks. An evil mark of tyranny. Huh. Why did she attack us? So if I actually had to list the hardest bosses, Mistral would be the hardest, then the Pope, then Chris probably. But Chris only because she has so much going for her. That you go against Christopher, you go against Chris, you go against Count Rosier, and then whatever the hell she summons, which is like dolls, and then all the other shit. Oh. Bloody hell. Oh, damn. No wonder there's no thud. She knocked off the mask. God, Chris is such a cool character. She's just so interesting. When she has the mask on, she's a completely different person. And her voice is also a lot more. It's a lot softer and more innocent sounding. Oh. Is she actually dead? Oh no. I don't want to kill Chris. She was my favourite character. Job well done, you killed your friend. Ugh.
今を蝕んでしまうことはあるでしょう。古いですがそれも含めて人生です。生きてきた記憶の積み重なりがその人自身なのです。無理して忘れることはないと私は思います。
そうか。
ですがこれは私の意見です。お嬢様にはお嬢様のやり方がありますよ。
Yay! That wasn't too bad. Holy fuck me. Right, so now we've dealt with that. I'm assuming I can do the end, and I shouldn't get a terrible ending. 2 left feet. Today I wore a dress and went to dance class. It was a new dress, and I was so nervous that I kept stepping on the hem with my 2 left feet. Nice. Night crown. Yeah, no thanks. None of these are that great. Yeah, same with these. Yeah, whatever. Wait, it still isn't done. Hold the fucking phone. How isn't it done? Make a swift recovery so you can get back to your agent work. Agent work meaning... It must be, like, to end the game, I guess. I don't know. It's at 70%, which is the same as... the other scenario. Yeah, last night, they're both at 70. I guess? I don't know. What am I gonna do? Cutscene. Never mind. Okay. Whoa. Hi, Chris. Yes! Oh, she's alive.
Ah, ご存知？久しぶりに体が壊れるほど暴れたようね。よく思い出せないけれど。思い出せない。私はどうやら作られた妖魔らしい。壊れて蘇るたび、体は強靭になるが、記憶は薄れてゆくのだ。いずれ私を作った者や仲間たちのことを調べられたらと思っているよ。そうか。君の望み叶うといいね。そういう優しいところが憎めないのよね。というわけでこれからもよろしく。
Oh, they do become friends. Oh, good. So their relationship in Warriors All Stars wasn't entirely untrue.
お疲れ様でした。
Job well done. You made a friend.
支配人、いつもの。
何かいいことがございましたか？それとも悪いことでございますか？
I would probably have to say this was good.
ちょっとね。いつか記憶を取り戻してクリスが私に尋ねたら全てを話そう。ごちそうさま。
おやすみなさい、お嬢様。
You can go to the Hall of Infinite Darkness. The Hall of Infinite Darkness has been added to the elevator. Please confirm. What? Fuck. Oh. What the hell am I doing? There we go. Lost melody. Done. Ah, there you go. The Hall of Infinite Darkness is like a never-ending dungeon, I believe. So if I got a scenario, my only one is this last night, which I should, like doing it, should finish it differently. It should give me a different ending. I fucking hope so. Nobody knew, nothing else to say. Right, well I'm saving, even though I have just saved. But before I do actually finish the game, because I don't know if there'll be anything else afterwards, I kind of want to just have a look at the Reminiscence and see if it's anything new. So like, we've got Abyss. Oh! I waited in the depths of darkness It seemed I was restrained by chains somewhere beneath the earth. I wondered how long I'd been down there. Earlier that day I had fled many nights, but I got captured and have been here ever since. Or perhaps even before the first memories of time, I've always been trapped in darkness. So this is it. Suddenly a rusty voice echoed in the black silence. A cold, scoffing voice, but it made me nostalgic somehow. Ah yes, a powerful fiend who charged through many holy nights until it was finally captured. I've heard it as a half-demon. It may have been originally, but now it is completely broken. Futile, no different from a fiend, it should be disposed of at once. I heard the creak of a door, then the tap of footsteps inch closer to me. It's dangerous. Even after being warned, this person stood before me. What is your name? It's no use, it can't have a conversation, let alone have any mutual understanding. Is that so? So you're neither a human nor a half-demon, but only a mere fiend. That's right, I'm no longer human. On that day, that fateful day when I was bathed in blue blood. Aren't you the half-demon that's been hunting down fiends for quite some time? Why have you been fighting? Was it for blue blood? To bathe in blue blood to your heart's content until you become a true fiend, is that what you desire? My desire, I don't know about that, but live. No matter how deep she was in all the darkness, there had been something she desired. That's why No, it can't be. I'm not a fiend, I am Arnice. We've confirmed the fiend's awakening. Send in the knights at once, it's too dangerous, you must evacuate now. As I finally regained my sight, I witnessed a panicked official scurry off only to leave someone else behind. You can't blame him though, especially in front of me. As I regained consciousness, my blue blood started to stir. I felt I'd be swallowed by the darkness yet again, but this time I would definitely become a fiend. And yet this man standing in front of me had no fear, no intentions of escaping, he just smiled calmly. Nice to meet you, Arnice. So this is what deceives you, truly interesting indeed. The man reaches his hands out, and he offered a darkness far deeper than what lied within myself. Black butterflies? No. Tell me more about yourself, Arnice. Like an angry wave, the horde of black butterflies covered my entire body. I felt the darkness begin to suffocate my heart, then I lost consciousness. Oh, Paradise Lost. Oh god, this is fucking 16. So what does Paige do? Oh, that's so dumb. That fateful day was no different from any other. I had been out to pick some herbs with her. We went to a place on the outskirts of the village, a place the two of us often visited, where no bandits or beasts lived. Well, if anything bad would happen, it wasn't a problem. All I'd have to do is protect her like I've done since we were kids. Arnice, what's the matter? Did you find any medicinal herbs? I did, but it's over there. With worry all over her face, she pointed at a spot a little lower on the cliff. It was a pretty steep cliff, and if I had slipped, things would get bad. Of all the places, it has to be there. Yeah, it's unfortunate, let's look somewhere else. Her shoulders drooped, her eyes downcast. But it's a rare medicinal herb, right? That's true. I'd heard that really rare medicine can be made from it. The village healer once said if we could find this herb, we may be able to save lives, and she knelt beside a dying little girl, her eyes filling with tears. Then it became clear what I needed to do. Alright, wait here. Arnice! Without giving her any time to stop me, I slid down the cliff searching for the most stable looking ground to land on. Whoa. Arnice, the boulder I stepped on crumbled, and I lunged forward. I thrusted my sword into the ground and regaining my balance. I'm okay. I waved to her as she peered from above. Out of misfortune or luck, depending how you looked at it, I was in reach of the rare herb. I slowly plucked the herbs, careful not to damage them, then climbed up the cliff. The ascent was much smoother than the descent. As I stood before her, thanks for waiting. I handed her the herbs, and without paying them any attention, she leapt toward my chest and gripped my body with full force. I can't breathe. I couldn't tell if she knew how much pain I was in because all she did was squeeze me harder. Man, I thought fighting was dangerous. You okay now? After some time she finally let go, but her nose was red and runny. She quickly turned away. I was so terrified I thought my heart would stop. Sorry for worrying you. You're always so reckless, always for me. That's not... Yes it is. If anything ever happened to you, I'm really sorry. I leaned in and held her as she was just about to cry again. Then with her teary, milky red eyes, she looked at me. I hurt you even though I was just trying to make you happy. I'm truly sorry. No, that's not what I meant, it's okay, I understand. She tried to say more, but I gently laid my fingers on her lips. I won't ever leave you, I promise. You promise? Always. She nodded her consent, then laughed. I vowed to protect that precious smile of hers ever since, but even so, a sudden flash of light marked the end of everything. What is this light? In the distant sky, a burst of light flashed followed by a roaring echo. Suddenly from the heavens it rained blue. Such heat, the blue drops fell onto me, scorching my skin like burnt saws. Yet even more so than that. I had this horrifying feeling surge throughout my body. That some foreign substance was seeping into my flesh. Let's run, we need to find shelter. And with that I grabbed her hand and ran. I still wonder why of all days we went out to forest for medicinal herbs. Gritting my teeth, I searched for a place to take cover from the rain, then I noticed a shallow hole where the boulder had crumbled. It seemed like enough space for one person. Over there, I clutched her hand and we slid down the cliff so fast it felt like we were falling, and somehow I grabbed onto the edge of the hole. This will do. Go! Right as I tried to push her in, I felt a strong push against my back and fell in the hole. Hey, what are you doing? All she did was smile. She shoved her way in as much as she could, sealing the hole with her body, covering me from the blue rain. Stop it, what are you doing? Still no response, she just held me tighter. I couldn't take her hands off me, her grip was too tight. It was me who always held the weight of her problems and protected her from the horrors of life. And it was me who just made a vow to protect her, but now why am I... Arnice. She finally called my name, still smiling even though she was exhausted. That smile was the most beautiful thing in the world. Live, and with that her grip loosened. Nothing but blue rain, blue blood pouring down. When I learned it was the Night Lord's, she had bathed in too much that she couldn't even become a fiend, and I see, truly interesting. I heard that voice, that arrogant, unloving voice. You must be exhausted from living so long without most of your memories, but what you still remember, those slivers of hope. That must be what's keeping you alive. Oh, shut up already. I was just having a nostalgic dream. And though I never wanted to have it again, I felt there was something I should never forget. When I regained consciousness, I realized I was in some sort of dusky prison. Whatever was restraining me was gone, the door was open, and there wasn't an official in sight. And there was this black letter in front of me. I had a bad feeling about it, yet I couldn't stop myself from opening it. To my dear Arnice, I shall bestow upon you with a mission and a place to live. Hunt down fiends to your heart's content. As your guide, I shall lead you. What kind of joke is this? I crumpled up the letter and tossed it. I will survive on my own without anyone's help, because that's my... I wonder what? I forced my aching body to stand. If I was allowed to hunt fiends, then so be it. From the depths of the darkness, I moved slowly towards the light. Hot damn. Sleeping Beauty. Arnice, where are you? She's nowhere to be seen. Maybe it's because you were pestering her. We promised we'd have lunch together. What's that all about anyway? It's more like you force. Whatever. Let's look over there. The girls rambled on through the hall. I let out a sigh, hiding outside near a window and climbed inside. What was that all about? Maybe they weren't used to having foreigners. I reached inside my pocket for a cloth to dab my sweat, but felt a hard piece of paper instead. Ugh, it was a black letter. I had no idea how it got there, but I couldn't ignore it, so I opened it. I'm happy for you that you're so popular, or that you're popular, but do not forget your grave mission to protect the Saint candidate. From your guide. He doesn't need to remind me, I already know that, but what does he mean by popular? I crumpled up the letter, tossed it, and watched it as it turned to dust. This academy is known as a prestigious school for wealthy girls, but in reality it's tied to the Curia. All girls with the potential of becoming a priestess are raised here. The priestess supports the knight who fights the fiends, and it is said that the most excellent priestess will become the Saint candidate. The identity of the candidate will be kept a secret, and the Curia sends over an escort. That's where I come in. But if I lose the escort target on the very first day, and if the guide finds out, he'll have a blast mocking me. Of course, I had to keep a low profile, so I came to this academy as a transfer student. To not stand out, I acted friendly, but ended up getting swarmed by so many girls. But I couldn't find my escort target, and she wasn't in any of the classrooms. Don't tell me. I couldn't sense any fiends, but if something terrible happened to her, this is a disaster. I wiped my sweat and began my search. Classroom after classroom, the auditorium and cafeteria. Then I checked the church and the dance hall. This place is unnecessarily huge. But she was nowhere to be found. This is bad, really bad. Then as I bit my lip. Meow. A cat? Out of nowhere there was a black cat waving its tail and staring right at me. I don't have time to play with you. It turned around and started walking away. But then it looked back at me, stopped and cried out, "Are you telling me to follow you?" No, it can't be. This is dumb, of all things. A cat's guiding me, but even though I thought that, I still followed it. The cat led me to a botanical garden bordering the academy, and lo and behold, under the shade was a girl taking a nap. Her physique aligns with the document. I've confirmed the escort target, I guess. For a moment I thought she was attacked by a fiend, but was assuaged, or assuaged, no idea, by her calmness. I approached her, slowly let out a sigh of relief, and when I looked at her with my own eyes, it felt as if my breath stopped for a second. She was shockingly beautiful. There was no doubting it, but that's why I wasn't surprised. Or that wasn't why I was surprised. Why am I feeling so... That's right, this feeling so nostalgic and bittersweet. No, it seems more like happiness. Arnice, live. Huh? What was that just now? I returned to reality after hearing the cat. What was I just thinking? All my frustration and impatience was completely gone now. I felt like I almost remembered something very important. Well, there's no point thinking about it. I have to focus on completing my mission. First off, I need to move her. I think her name was Lily. Wake up. I called out for her, but she was still sound asleep. So I tried shaking her a bit. Hey Lily, wake up. Cupcake. Cupcakey? Cupcake? What kind of a sleep talk is that? Lily. It seems Sleeping Beauty will finally wake up. She squinted a bit, then slowly opened her eyes. Her light brown eyes still weren't focused, then our eyes locked. She tilted her head with a confused look on her face. You'll catch a cold if you sleep here. I tried to say it in a friendly voice to not scare her, but her eyes widened and she quickly stood up. And in the process, she dropped the book that rested on her stomach. I'm sorry, No, it's my fault for surprising you. I bent over to pick her book up. But she quickly grabbed it and looked straight at me. I'm so sorry. Oh! I fell to the ground, dazed. It seemed she bumped my head as she reached for her book. No, it's fine, really. Are you? I'm really sorry. Thank you very much for waking me up. And off she went. But she trips and falls, and before I could catch up to her, she popped back up and bowed multiple times, then ran off again, yelling sorry and thank you the whole time. What was that about? I couldn't hold myself from bursting into laughter. I hadn't laughed like that in a while. I thought she would probably fall again, so I ran to her, and for some reason it never dawned on me that the black cat had disappeared. Ah, beyond sight. I slowly woke up and was greeted by these gorgeous amber eyes. Not often do you call a girl heroic, but that fit her perfectly. You'll catch cold if you sleep here. Her voice sounded so nice. Wow, what a wonderful person. But why is this person Lily? As she called my name, I felt the warmth of her hand on my waist. Then I noticed the stairs. If I had taken one more step, I would have fallen. Spaced out again, huh? You know you have a talent for tripping out of nowhere. You need to be more careful. I looked back at the girl. Her brows were slightly scrunched together. I'm sorry, thank you, Lady Arnice. As I bowed my head, I noticed she seemed more dejected. Why did you call me Lady? Because everybody calls you Lady. Stop, not you two. Sorry then, thank you. She always saved me when I was at my worst. Then I realised her arms were wrapped around my waist, so I quickly thanked her and ran away. And I tripped again. This time I got up myself and pinched my bloody nose as I darted into the classroom. Are you alright? Asked my classmates with a forced smile. Oh my god, so embarrassing. Thanks, I'm fine. Maybe you just got lucky with being Arnice's friend. Stop! Since Arnice had transferred a month ago, she's gotten pretty popular. After all, she's slim, has a beautiful face, a great personality, and this assertive way of talking. She also has quick reflexes, and always helps out those in need. She's the prince that all the girls dream about. So I get why some call her Lady Arnice. We were actually roommates in the dormitory, but after our first embarrassing meeting, all I wanted to do was be invisible. There was a slight commotion when Arnice returned to class. I thought she glanced at me for a second, but all the other girls swarmed around her before I could tell. See, she's looking at you. What? After realising what my classmate just said, I looked back at Arnice. Don't tell me you can't tell, you always look for her too. I don't think I do. Don't worry, I understand how you feel. She is pretty cool after all. Cool? Yeah, no denying that, and how she stands, it's impossible not to look. But I shouldn't be saying this, but I'm a fan of hers too. By the way, what's she like in the room? Huh? But on that day I first met her and saw her amber eyes, I became intrigued. It's because there was this one day I was reading a book in my room when Arnice unexpectedly asked me a question. Do you want to be a priestess? Usually she doesn't talk to me. She's always kind and helps me when I'm in trouble, but besides that, she's pretty much keeps to herself. Maybe it's because I'm too much of a burden and she actually hates me. So I was pretty excited when she started talking to me. Of course, I'm going to become the best priestess, and I tried sounding diligent, but then she cut in and asked, do you know what priestesses do? She looked at me with a stern face. Is she mad? But why? I'm not sure of the details, but they support the knights, right? So if they get hurt, I would treat them, and oh yeah, I could make them bento boxes too. Wow, you're serious? Arnice's shoulders started shaking. It seemed like she was laughing at me. Did I say something funny? Well, I guess there are some jobs like that, but that's not the important part. You said it yourself, right? Priestesses support knights, the knights who fight fiends. In other words, priestesses are in constant danger. She's right. I've never really thought about it. Fiends, the knight, putting myself in that situation means you shouldn't get involved with fiends. Take some time to think about it. Yeah, stunned by her candor, all I could do was nod, but then what about you, Arnice, huh? Why did you come to this academy? It's a rarity to have transfer students at this academy, as far as I know. Arnice is the only one. That's why I assume she must have gained admission under special circumstances. Well, at that moment, Arnice seemed tense. Even if she knew about the knight's role, there was no saying she'd continue down that road. I should have guessed she had her own reasons, but I was just so thrilled about being able to talk to her I was clueless. Also, where were you before you came to this academy? Now that I think about it, even though we lived together, I don't know anything about your past, Arnice. Hey Arnice, that's none of your business. That was the first time I heard such a cold response from her. I covered my mouth with my hands and all my excitement vanished. Arnice bit her lip and looked down. Sorry, I was speechless. She must really hate me now. Just then my chest tightened and started to hurt, but then the next thing I knew, a warm hand stroked my cheek. I'm sorry for saying that too. Her amber eyes gazed into mine, her lips curved, revealing a calming smile. But... Why, huh? Arnice, why do you always... Whenever she's surrounded by everyone in the classroom, whenever she's helping someone, even when she looks at me sometimes, why do your eyes always look so lonely? Arnice gulped and her eyes widened. This time something within her had broken. Damn. Promise. Oh, Jesus. 18 pages. Next week, the Saint Festival will begin. Even though class won't be in session, I'll be assigning everyone a task. The teacher continues on with her instructions. The Saint Festival, an event where they celebrate those who have trained in hopes of becoming a saint and those who have fought against fiends. Though I've been involved with the Curia, I've never seen a saint before. I've only seen knights like me who fight fiends. Maybe I should be added to the saint lineage. And it seemed like this whole Saint Festival was a big deal in the city. Maybe it's because the city is under the Curia's influence. In preparation, all classes were cancelled and the students were brought out as volunteers. It's such a pain, but many people seem excited for the change of pace. The teacher made her voice a little more stern, quieting everyone down. This is not a time to play. Many accidents happen during this festival, so be careful. I see that's the problem. My classmates were probably worried about having trouble with people outside the academy, or other trivial things. But that wasn't the only problem. That morning there was a black letter on my pillow. During this season, things get mysteriously imbalanced and fiends become more active. Please be cautious. We'd be leaving the confines of the academy, and all kinds of people would be coming and going. I needed to be more focused on my escort target. However, I felt someone looking at me, so I turned around. I caught Lily with a concerned look on her face before she quickly turned away. I let out a sigh and faced forward again. Why do you always have lonely eyes? Ever since then it's been like this. It was a fail on my part for not being able to just laugh it off. Now it's going to look like she was right. I've never felt loneliness. I think that's because... Arnice? Huh? I realised the teacher had left the classroom and the room had erupted with chatter. Right by my side was Lily, uttering something with a timid, shaky voice. Hey Lily, what's up? It's about helping out with the Saint Festival. The two of us have been assigned to shop for supplies. Oh, I see. Shoot, I spaced out and listened to the whole lecture. It seems all the tasks have been divided amongst the class. I was glad we weren't separated, then again, it was probably the Curia's doing. Okay then, let's get going. I leapt out of my seat. Maybe it was just me, but I could have sworn I saw Lily smirk a little when she gave a quick nod. Come on, give me your bag. What? But it's fine, I got it. I carried both of our paper bags that Lily had. Man, I don't know who came up with this, but it wasn't a realistic amount for two girls to carry. But thankfully, she couldn't see my face and I couldn't see hers. I'm really sorry. Don't worry about it, you know I'm strong, right? It's not about today. I feel like I'm always burdening you. What are you talking about? That's not true. For a second, I thought she knew I was her escort, but I was just overthinking it. And I said such a rude thing. Just forget about that conversation, okay? But anyway, we're outside the academy, so let's just think about something fun instead. I only said it to change the subject, and it actually worked. Lily brightened up and smiled. You're right, it's our first time out together after all. I want to have tea at a cafe and go shopping with you, Arnice. Oh, but... She was happy than I was too, but then I remembered I was carrying all those bags. Lily did too, and she frowned. We can't really do much with all this, huh? We should have had tea first. Sorry. Well, we were told not to play around after all. Ended up getting her hopes up for nothing. If I had been mindful of my duty as her escort, I would have never gone any further, but... Then during the Saint Festival, let's come here again. Really? You promise? Yes, I promise. How do I describe her smile in that moment? And how about the feeling in my heart right after seeing that smile? As if realising something, her face almost turned as red as that one day. In an effort to reassure her, I forced a huge smile which was very unlike me. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, her hesitation made me unsure if my plan succeeded. But then she giggled. Everything was fine for now. Well then, let's head back. Well, let's go back. Dusk was approaching. It seemed we spent too much time shopping. We hastened our pace, walking back to the academy. Once we returned, I sent Lily back to our room and delivered the stuff we bought to the person in charge. They were pretty shocked that we bought everything at once. I learned we were tasked with gathering all the supplies for the festival. I wish they had told us that, or told us earlier, but at least we got out of having to do any back-breaking work. As I thought about that, I opened our room door. I'm back. Huh? For some reason, Lily wasn't there. She probably tripped somewhere by now, then I noticed there was a note on the desk and I felt the hairs on my nape shoot up. I realised we forgot to buy one thing, so I'm going to hurry and buy it. You must be tired, so please get some rest. I know, what the heck was she thinking? I glanced out the window, it was already getting dark. I couldn't believe she went out. I pulled out my sword I had hidden under my bed and leapt out the window, then sprinted off toward the city. It didn't matter if anyone stared at me, I just needed to get to her. As I approached the city, there was barely anyone in sight. More importantly, I couldn't see Lily, but it would be easy to find her because, there! I raced down Dark Road and flashed my sword. There was a deformed shadow glaring right at me, fiends are near. It seemed like Lily passed out at the end of the road, fortunately it didn't seem like she was hurt. Servan! After summoning my servants, I sized up the fiends and dove into battle. There was one that seemed pretty strong, but the rest were weaklings. I fought with my servants, sweeping the floor with those weak fiends, and just as I was about to deliver the final blow, Arnice? Huh? Of all times, why was she waking up now? While I was distracted, one of the fiends lunged at me. Arnice, the fiend's claw sliced through my right arm sleeve, but I dodged its attack right after I slashed my sword down on it, but... Arnice, no way! Blue blood sprayed all over me. Lily stared at me, her face pale. If a human gets doused in blue blood, they will perish. Well, at least normal humans will. I'm fine, Lily. What? Unable to comprehend what she just witnessed, her worried eyes darted at the servants. They're fine too. They're kind of like me. What do you mean, Arnice? As you can see, I'm not human. Darn, I probably can't keep my promise now. I'm a half-demon. Jeez. Together! Half-demon? Lily widened her eyes and swallowed hard. It seemed she knew what half-demon was. Yes, I was showered in blue blood, but neither turned into a fiend nor remained a human. Impure is what I am. I promise you'll never hurt people. It's my mission to fight against all fiends, which is also the reason why I came to this academy. Sorry for not telling you. Not a single sound came out of her mouth. She only stared at me with her gaping eyes. I couldn't blame her though, but surprisingly she didn't seem frightened. It was more like she couldn't accept this as truth. Please don't tell anyone. If they find out, they may become scared and disgusted that a monster like me is near them, but even so, I won't be able to leave. I muttered with self-contempt. Well, if my cover is blown, they would probably order my withdrawal. Huh? For the first time, Lily's expression changed. She pursed her lips and looked rather displeased, almost like... Let's go back. Hurry, Arnice. Yeah. Without showing any fear, she marched right past the servants. I absorbed the blue blood with my rosier clock, called back the servants, then chased after Lily. To be honest, it was such a relief that she wasn't upset. But I wondered about her uneasiness. Maybe her expression and attitude meant she was mad. I knew she was because I kept it a secret from her, but... Anyway, why wasn't she more scared and suspicious? In order to get back to our room quietly, I had to carry Lily over the gate. She didn't seem upset, and once we returned to our room, she just went to lie down on her bed. Good night, Arnice. Good night. I sat at the edge of my bed, and without thinking too much, I let out a deep sigh. On our way back, Lily had never looked back at me. And that's when it hit me. Humans need time to get over their disgust of fiends, so they can accept them. It still hurts though. After a couple of days passed, most of the fiend outbreaks died down, and the city was finally able to welcome the Saint Festival. The curious should have known I exposed my identity to Lily, yet they didn't send for my withdrawal. That's why I'm currently on standby. During festival prep, she helped out other people even though she completed all her tasks, so I wasn't able to talk to her, but there wasn't anything for us to talk about anyway. Well, that's what I thought, but Arnice, are you done? Asked Lily all dolled up. Why do you look so... I knew since the morning that she was going to go out, but I thought she was going with her friends to the Saint